we travel to Southern California to get a lesson in downhill skateboarding with pro rider Louis Pilloni. Downhill skateboarding demands ultra-high levels of precision accuracy from a rider, where movement and balance is critical when navigating high speeds on the road.
Downhill skateboarding is the very basics of skateboarding. It's about controlling your speed and direction, and we really try to take it to the limit at very maximum speed down very large grades. And to do that, you need to be in control and precise with your balance and board control.
Acceleration is everything in downhill skateboarding, where riders can reach speeds of over 90 kilometers per hour. A skater's clothing must strike a delicate balance between being protective whilst providing the best aerodynamics possible.
These right here are downhill skateboarding gloves or slide gloves. They're made with leather with some cloth, and the main difference than standard gloves is they have these pucks with Velcro attached on them. It allows for the rider to put their hand on the ground and slide across the pavement, and it's easier if you can put your hand on the ground a little bit to take weight off the board, to push it sideways. They also save you when you fall, because when you fall, you go to your hands and you're able to slide it out. When we're going into competitions or traveling on the world tour or at higher speeds, we have a leather suit that's similar to a motorcycle suit, but scaled down, not as bulky and as much protection, because it's also about being aerodynamic. It cleans up the airflow around you and allows you to go 10% faster down a hill. And then also when you're racing and traveling at higher speeds, it's nice to have that added bit of protection, because falling at 70 would hurt the skin.
Riders are constantly honing their skills. The stance and technique used to take corners and gain speed can be the difference between finishing first, last, or simply coming off your board.
In downhill skateboarding, to gain extra momentum down the hill, we get in a tuck, which is an aerodynamic position, which just allows us to accelerate faster since we have less wind resistance against us. It might not sound like it makes that big of a difference, but it makes a huge difference. You're just standing up going down a hill, you'll only go 30, 35 miles an hour. And if you have a good aerodynamic tuck, you can actually go upwards to 50 miles an hour. And the funny thing about having a good aerodynamic tuck is you need to be very still and precise with all your movements, because every little bit of mistake disrupts the airflow and makes an impact on your top speed. When you're going 50 miles an hour into a corner, you need to also know that you need to shave off 20 miles an hour, because that's the maximum speed you can make it through. To do that, you have to go through a series of steps and calculate and be precise with your weight positioning and your balance and where you throw your board. The more you do it, the better you get, the faster you go. Generally, when you're tucking, all your weight's on your front foot, because that's where the stability comes. But as you come to the corner, you shift your weight to distribute it throughout all four wheels of the board so you can maximize your grip on the pavement. To slow down or brake downhill skateboarding, there's a few techniques you can do. You can, one is air brake. You can brake your tuck and stand up. That will actually slow you down quite a bit, but it won't slow you down to a stop. Another way, and the most effective way to slow down to a stop, is sliding. It's where you put the board sideways and drift almost like a rally car. And then another safe technique is foot braking, where you take one foot off the board and you drag it on the ground to slow yourself down. When you're negotiating a corner, you're constantly shifting your weight between your front and your back foot, rolling your ankles to control the pitch of the board or the lean angle of the board. And it's a constantly changing thing that you're manipulating, and you need to be really precise with your balance points and know where your center of gravity is. You're trying to keep as much weight on your board as possible, because if you need to slow down, you'll turn one way and push the board sideways to initiate a drift, and then you'll use that to slow down your speed so you can negotiate the corner.
Whilst the need for a big hill may not see downhill hit the participation levels of its more popular siblings street and vert skateboarding, it is set to grow in popularity.
Nowadays, there's a world tour that's been going around to 5 different continents with 10 different races with the world's best skaters. I can see the world tour growing over the next few years. In the Philippines, high schools actually have downhill skateboarding teams. I see this leading to a more unifying downhill skateboarding community that's going to allow for a larger growth, so you will see people riding hills everywhere.